What's up, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Sinéad O'Connor as we continue through Universal Mother 1994. I did want to mention the other two albums slash compilations I have from Sinead already waiting are two compilations that Amber sent me, which is, I think one is a proper album, which is How About I Be Me and You Be You, which I think is from like 2012, so definitely a big leap forward in time. And I imagine there are albums between this one and that one, as well as So Far, which I think is like a greatest hits compilation. So either way, we'll go through everything we can from Sinead, but I just did want to mention that at least as I sit here currently, I have the rest of this album already ready to go, and then I have access to those two. One, again, I think a proper album, and the other one, a hits compilation. But yes, we'll go through whatever we can between now and then, and once again, shout out to all the people who've been part of this deep dive. In any case, the next track in Universal Mother is Scorn Not His Simplicity. I like the phrasing, there's a bit of poetry to it. It sounds like a line from scripture. Secondarily, given the overall theme of this album of motherhood and my knowledge of Sinead's own interaction with, or rather experience related to her own motherhood and her son, I wouldn't be surprised if the his here relates to her child, and the idea that children are in a way simple, meaning they come in without the baggage or expectations or emotional conflictions that over time adolescents and definitely adults pick up, and ultimately which influence their decisions, their perceptions, and so on. And so the idea that a child is simple and in more of a, say, pure form is, I think, a motif that is often referenced in literature and music. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Now, obviously, I could be completely wrong, and the his referenced here might be something or someone else entirely, and in that regard, I will try to catch things as I can while Luca prowls around at my feet. This is Sinead O'Connor. The track is Scorn Not His Simplicity, which I guess I should comment, like, it almost sounds like, there could be other things you talk about here, and there could be scorn or criticism that might be more fairly or understandably articulated, but whatever you do, do not scorn his simplicity. That is an admirable or pure type of trait. That feels to be the sentiment, though again, I will try to catch what I can, and it might be a very different concept. In any case, this is Sinead O'Connor. The track is Scorn Not His Simplicity, and it's from her 1994 album, Universal Mother.
See the child with the golden hair, yet eyes that show the emptiness inside. Do we know? Can we understand just how he feels, or have we really tried? See him now as he stands alone and watches children play a children's game. Simple child, he looks almost like the others, yet they know he's not the same. Scorn not his simplicity, but rather try to love him all the more. Scorn not his simplicity, oh no, oh no. See him stare, not recognizing the it's a boy. Now she cries tears of helplessness and thinks of all the things he can't enjoy. Scorn not his simplicity, but rather try to love him all the more. Scorn not his simplicity, oh no, oh no. Only he knows how to face the future, hopefully surrounded by despair. He won't ask for your pity or your sympathy, but surely you should care. Scorn not his simplicity, but rather try to love him all the more. Scorn not his simplicity, oh no, oh no, oh no.
What a lovely tune. Lyrically, I'll admit, I'm in multiple minds. Like, at first I was like, oh, this could be a song about, the young Jesus or something, knowing that there are religious themes in her songs, and the idea that, in the biblical narrative he would have been a boy, like the other children, but with a very different nature, and thus he would be set apart from them even as he was one of them, and I felt like that might be where this is going. But then it gets into the section where, like, how happy the mother was when the doctor told her it would be a boy, and how helpless she feels now, and I'm thinking, this could be autobiographical and about, Sinead's son, and maybe he has a medical condition or something that means he would be different and unable to engage with some of the child games that were referenced earlier in the song, and how she is basically helpless to do anything about that. And then it goes on and it's like, the despair that he has around him, and the idea that, like, the future trajectory of his life will be different from that of the other children, but, scorn not his simplicity and try to love him all the more. So then it's like, I was in multiple minds as to, like, this could be autobiographical, but she could be connecting it to larger themes, religious or otherwise. So yeah, I don't quite know for sure, but at the very least, it feels like she's drawing on some of her own experiences of motherhood, even if it's maybe not specifically or exclusively about that story. And yes, I love the beautiful simplicity of the song, the piano, very delicate, although it did get to that point where the main melody was suddenly played a bit more forte by, like, a single lead line on the piano, even as the, like, rolling support melody kept going. So that was a notable moment that really, like, caught my ear. And again, her vocal is very beautiful and not melancholic, but not bright and joyful, just kind of in this emotional and considered place, which feels like it fit the overall tone of the piece. So yeah, a very beautiful one, a very, like, intimate type of song, a very emotionally vulnerable song, though again, I don't quite know how to read that, or if there are like layered or is layered meaning here. Nevertheless, a beautiful tune. As I said, we will continue through the rest of this album. I think there's actually like 4 or 5 tracks, so it's not something that we need to figure out immediately what the next step will be, but within the next few months. In any case, the next tune when we come back will be All Babies, which, I don't know, my mind immediately again goes to some specific thoughts, but we will discuss those when we come back around next time. Let me know what you think of this, and the now tranquil Luca and I will see you next time. Peace.